Welcome to another edition of the Boxing Hour. I am Marc Abrams, and we have a tremendous show for you this week. Three good guests. We have Justin Figueroa, the undefeated super welterweight, who'll be fighting in Atlantic City live on the Zone Friday night. Plus, two very, very special guests. We have the star of the upcoming movie that comes out this Friday, the Christy Martin story, Sydney Sweeney, the one of the biggest actresses in the world right now, as well as Christy Martin. I had a chance to chat with them earlier this week, so they'll be joining us later in the show. So let's get right down to it. This past Thursday night in Montreal, Canada, Michaela Mayer became a three division world champion as she took home her third belt. Actually, three belts in the 154-pound division. She won a 10-round unanimous decision over Mary Spencer. Scores were 100-90 and 98-92 twice. Mayer now the WBA, WBC, and WBO 154-pound champion. She did a tremendous job, outboxed Mary Spencer. And it's ironic, she moved all the way from up to 154 pounds. She started at 130, won a title 147, and now as a champion 154, wants to move back down to 147 to maybe take on Lauren Price for the undisputed welterweight championship. Should be interesting to see what Michaela Mayer, as she put on a tremendous performance on Thursday night. Someone who didn't put on a tremendous performance but still got the win on Saturday, Joshua Buatsi, scored a really squeaked out a 10-round decision over Zach Parker. That took place in Manchester, England on Saturday. It looked like Parker should have won the fight, and the scores were 95-95 and 96-94 twice for Buatsi, who, he's been on the fringe of, getting big bouts, and he's a very talented fighter, but he didn't look great on Saturday. I don't think he won the fight. Thought Parker won 6, maybe 7 rounds of that fight, but somehow Joshua Buatsi goes to now 21 with 13 knockouts. Parker drops to 26-2 with 18 knockouts. Bryce Mills on Thursday night, a popular fighter out of the upstate New York area, the Syracuse area, won a 10-round decision over James Bernardine. Scores were 99-91, 98-92, and 99-91 again for Bryce Mills, who ups his record to 20-1. He was our guest a couple weeks ago on the show. Bernardine drops to 13-4-1. This Friday night, we usually get into the fights of this week, but for me, the best thing that's going on this week is Friday night is the release of an incredible movie. It's called Christy, the Christy Martin story. I had a chance to see it in Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago, and it stars, I guess we won't call her the it girl of Hollywood this week or right now, Sydney Sweeney. And it's just an amazing story. A lot of boxing people who are watching this know the story about Christy Martin, about all the situations she had coming out of West Virginia, what it took to make it and get on the Mike Tyson undercard, stealing the show on a lot of those occasions. And then have her life and, kind of spiral a little bit out of control with her ex-husband, now her late ex-husband, Jim Martin, and the abuse she occurred at the hands of him as well. And it's very, those scenes, pretty telling scenes in there. I mean, that's what you're going to remember when seeing these movies. But this movie is an incredible story. Christy Martin, her story is it's an amazing story of just grit and survival. And she's an amazing woman, Christy, and I am happy to call her my friend as well. And I had a chance to talk to get a few questions in with Sydney Sweeney and Christy Martin. This is how it went. Hey, Christy and Sydney, how you doing? Marc Abrams, The Boxing Hour, and 15rounds.com. Sydney, obviously you probably get millions of scripts thrown across your desk daily. What was it about this to tell this amazing person's story that led you to say, yes, I want to do this?
I couldn't believe that I didn't know who she was. When I first read it, I was like, how do I not know Christy's story? And I knew that I had to be a part of it in some capacity of making sure that the world knew who Christy Martin was.
Thank you. I would imagine you probably now have this unbelievable appreciation for boxing. I know a lot of the big fights in Las Vegas. There's a lot of people in your field sitting ringside. Will we see you ringside now at some big fights in Vegas?
You might see me ringside, you might see me in the ring.
Oof.
No one knows what to expect from me ever.
Hey, Christy, how you doing?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
Good, good. If I would have asked you or told you 30 plus years ago that, before all the ups and downs, the fame and all that, that a major motion picture with some of the most high profile and best actors and actresses in the world would be in this about your life, you would have told me what?
You have been hit too many times, Mark.
And now that it's all, have you like taken time to think, wow, I know you've been to the top of the mountain and experienced a lot of, no pun intended, a lot of euphoria in your life. I had to put that one in there. And but now it's a major motion picture about your life. If you had like a moment to, sit and to yourself say, wow.
I think it's just now starting to sink in. Even though we saw it in Toronto, we were here in LA, and I've seen it with a big group of people in different locations. It's just now starting to really sink into me, and I think that I have a weight on my shoulders to continue to change people's lives. I mean, I have to live up to it now. She did what she did, a tremendous job, and we're going to bring the story to so many people. But now, like, the true me has to not backslide. I can't go backwards. I can't screw up and let someone down. A lot of people are sending me positive, you're inspiring me messages. I can't go backwards.
Christy Martin and Sydney Sweeney. Everyone, you got to go see this movie. Like I said, I saw it in Philly a couple weeks ago. It's such a good movie. And like I've mentioned a few times, there's a lot of different storylines. There's a lot of things, a lot of ways you can look at. It's Christy's journey to become the first most well known women's boxer. What she had to endure coming from West Virginia of all places. She wasn't like we see a lot of these fighters coming from L.A. or New York and so forth around the big city to get with Don King on Mike Tyson cards, and then everything that she went through with Jim. It's a really incredible story, and it's it could take a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, for this movie. And like I said, anyone should definitely go see this movie. And like I said, I've seen it already, but I'm going to go in the theaters and check it out because I really, I really enjoyed the movie a lot, and I want to, I want to see it again. It was just such a good movie. On to this week, Saturday night in Fort Worth, Texas, and live on the Zone, Vergil Ortiz, 23-0, 21 knockouts, takes on Erickson Lubin, the former champion, 27-2, 18 knockouts. This is for the WBC interim super welterweight title. Very intriguing fight, very important fight. This is an action fight written all over because Lubin likes to bring it. Ortiz loves to bring it. Lubin, obviously, he's got very good boxing skills. Ortiz can box. This can be a great fight for as long as it lasts. I think, and obviously Ortiz needs to win this fight to set up a mega showdown with Boots Ennis first quarter of 2026. A fight that may be ticketed for Las Vegas. Anyone out there? Maybe that could be a trip for me. Yours truly to go see that fight if it happens. And I like Vergil Ortiz. Probably rounds somewhere between 8 and 10. In an action-filled fight, I think Lubin will get to Ortiz at some point during the fight, and we're going to see what Ortiz, he went through some turmoil in his fight against Sergey Bohacek. He may suffer some more turmoil in this fight. I actually expect him to, but I like Ortiz to win the fight sometime between rounds 8 and 10 live on the zone. Some other good fights on the card. Darius Fulgham against David Stevens. I think it's an action-packed fight. I think both guys are offensive fighters who scored a great percentage of their wins by knockout. So that's going to be a good co-feature. And, as usual, Golden Boy stacks these cards up with some really good fights. Friday night in Atlantic City, Justin Figueroa, 13-0, 10 knockouts, takes on the upset-minded Jose Edgardo Perdomo. Perdomo 9-7 with 5 knockouts. He's won 3 in a row. Scored some big upset victories in this 3-fight win streak. And Figueroa, who's, like I said, 13-0 with 10 knockouts. This fight will be live on the zone. Boxing Insider Promotions. Larry Goldberg, who's done a tremendous job promoting between his hometown of Atlantic City and his adopted hometown in New York, has put on some really good shows and some very good prospects on the card. We'll get to Otto Wallin's going to be on the card, who's taking on Chris Thomas. The Lugo brothers will be on the card, as well as Brucell Jr. So there's some interesting fights on there. But earlier this week, I had a chance to talk to the undefeated just in time, Mr. Atlantic City himself, Figueroa, and this is how it went. Now joining us on the Boxing Hour is undefeated Justin Figueroa, who returns home this Friday night to take on Jose Edgardo Perdomo at the Tropicana in Atlantic City, live on Boxing Insider Promotions and DAZN. Justin, what's up, my man?
What's going on, man? It's fight week.
Fight week. Like I said, we're taping this a few days out. And tell us your thoughts on this fight coming back home.
No, I'm excited. I have won the NABF junior title out in San Antonio August 23rd. And I was really excited to bring that back to Atlantic City because there hasn't been a champion from Atlantic City since 2012. So I'm very honored to be a part of that legacy here in Atlantic City. And now I'm defending the title. So it will be even more bigger for me to keep the title here in Atlantic City and also defend it in front of all my people and everyone that shows me love and support here. So I'm really excited. The work is done. I've had good sparring with champions like Brian Norman Jr. So anything less, I cannot fall to here in Atlantic City. But Jose, my opponent, Eduardo Perdomo, he just upsetted a 12-0 guy. He knocked him out. He stopped him. And he's on a 6-fight win streak. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. I'm all for great fights, especially if it's in front of my crowd. I've given San Antonio 2 great fights that went the distance. And I don't mind giving my crowd a great fight. I'll go the distance. But how I'm looking at the night, I'm looking to end it short before the final bell.
You mentioned he just defeated, he's on a 6-fight win streak, including that win over Mickey Scala, who is a prospect as well, 12-0. One of these things at first, you're presenting the fight, you see a guy who's 9-7, but you look inside of it. I mean, like you said, you mentioned what he's done. Have you had a chance to look at any of his fights?
Yeah, I watched a glimpse of his fights. He's gonna come to fight. He swings. He'll throw in combinations. He's sneaky. He's pretty sneaky. He'll pop up on you. He's just a guy you can't sleep on. He's a guy you can't get tired on. You can't blow your load on because he's gonna come back. He's coming to fight. I got a lot of respect for this guy, and I can't wait to put on a good show. I'm hoping that he comes and he's in shape and he brings all his heart with him and all his wit. And let's put on a great show for my city, Atlantic City, a fighting city.
You mentioned that, and you're a very exciting fighter. You've scored some early knockouts, especially one fight in Atlantic City. Fighting this veteran guy, a guy who's, like you said, who's riding high in confidence, who's beaten some guys with similar records to what you have. What's it take for you to kind of not get too excited, want to thrill all your hometown fans who are going to be in attendance, and just go out and do the job that you need to do?
Yeah, just because it's in my hometown in Atlantic City, it's gonna be rowdy. People are gonna be screaming, get him!" But it's an 8 round fight. I'm definitely gonna come out, figure out the puzzle. But I have the speed, I have the power. So maybe the first time I touch him, or first couple times I touch him, I might just get him out of there. But like I said, I'm gonna figure out the puzzle. I'm gonna use my IQ. I'm gonna box around. Whatever adjustments I need to make, I will make. And I don't think he lasts the full 8 rounds. But all respect, if we do put on a good fight for 8 rounds, I'm all for it. And I'm just excited. It's just another day in the office for me when I step in that ring in my hometown, Atlantic City.
The nickname Mr. Atlantic City. This is your fifth out of your last 6 fights at the Tropicana. You're really starting to, I guess, plant your flag down in your hometown. How important is that to you? And like you said, this is you're bringing back your junior championship. The first of many fights with belts on the line. Is it the way you're looking at it in Atlantic City?
Yeah, for sure. This belt is just pretty much a vehicle to drive me up higher into the rankings and bring more eyes to what I'm doing here in the sport of boxing in the city of Atlantic City. And like I said in the beginning of this interview, this is big. There's been quite a few champions from here, but there hasn't been one since 2012. And everyone knows, whether you're here, you're from here or not, the rich history of boxing in Atlantic City. So to be mentioned as Mr. Atlantic City is a great honor for me, and I want to continue to strive and continue that. I am the guy to speak upon and have that name. And November 7th on a Friday night, we shall see.
We just had Halloween over the weekend. You mentioned your sparring with Brian Norman. Were you did you have to kind of dress up and play Devin Haney in that kind of environment?
I could have fought him any way I wanted to because he didn't mind. He didn't pull me to the side and say, "Hey, fight this way or fight that way." He was more so sparring as if he wants to be ready for anything. So he did have a guy there who mimicked Devin Haney. I have pretty good footwork, so I was definitely moving around, giving some Haney looks with the movement. But yeah, it was good to be a part of that camp and watch him perform and train. And I'm excited for him also.
Do you actually? I mean, I obviously it was probably recently. Do you actually feel and do you see the improvement and you getting better just by being around a world champion and in the ring with a world champion?
For sure. Mentally, you just mentally build confidence and you kind of you what's the word I'm looking for? You stamp yourself. You validate yourself when you spar with those kind of guys. So I feel very validated. I'm very confident in what I can do. And like I said already in this interview, anything less of a world champion I cannot fall to. That's my mentality. That's how I feel. We know it's different when you get in the ring, and we shall find out. But you'll see me when I step in the ring. I'm gonna be looking at my wrist, saying it's my time, and I'm gonna fight like a confident fighter, and we'll see the results.
It's good, great exposure on the zone. Beside the fans who have seen you in Atlantic City, I think maybe you've been on the zone, but I don't know if you were in the headlining role. You may have been. I can't remember off the top of my head on the zone. But what's it like? You're gonna be, we mentioned about the home crowd, but also there's gonna be a worldwide audience who's gonna get to watch you on Friday night as well.
I saw that the promoter has sent the headline of the flyer that is on the zone at the moment. It's really cool. But it doesn't change anything from the performance that I need to put on that I already had in my head that I need to put on for my city, Atlantic City. It adds on. The audience is now bigger, but same mindset, same performance, same delivery. But it's really, really cool. I thought Otto Wallen was gonna be the cover of it, but here I am on the cover, and maybe that's just the next step for me to take this, more than Atlantic City, take this to the next level. And I'm definitely going to be screaming my city's name wherever I go. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
And well, we accept Mr. Atlantic City Friday night, maybe become Mr. Worldwide a little bit too.
Mr. Worldwide, shout out to Pitbull.
What do you
uh,
want to say? What do you want to say to the fans in closing before we see you in the ring Friday night at the Tropicana Hotel and Resort? I'll be ringside when you take on Jose Edgardo Perdomo.
For sure. Well, let me first start off with Mark. Thank you for interviewing with me and chatting with me. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Next, I want to say November 7th at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. It's going to be exciting. A lot of local talent, a lot of rising talent. We got Otto Wallen, who is a world-class fighter. You got myself, who is local talent, upcoming fighter, and, I say a world-class fighter. So you're getting everything that night. You're going to see some good boxing, some good fighting, a great venue, everything. The whole package is that night. You're going to see some good fights, some good knockouts. But with my fight, I have a guy who's coming to fight. He wants to bring that belt back to his country. He wants to leave with the belt. That makes for an exciting fight when two guys want to leave with the belt.
There you have it. Thank you, Justin Figueroa. We'll see you Friday night at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino, right on the boardwalk. Great property there in Atlantic City too. You can get a good slice of pizza or some good chicken wings right after the fight too. Thank you very much. We'll see you Friday night.
All right, Mark. Thank you. See you
Thank
soon.
Justin Figueroa, who will be the headline bout live on the Zone kickoff the weekend. Another 154-pounder. Maybe we'll see him at some point in there with Vergil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin Boots Anderson. You never know what's going to happen. When you see these fighters young in their career, you always say to yourself, I remember when I saw him, back then. Justin Figueroa does start the weekend. Vergil Ortiz. There's the big fights the weekend for most boxing fans. Some news items this week. The WBC Cruiserweight Championship that takes place December 13th in Los Angeles between Badu Jack, 29-3-3, and Noel McCallion, 27-3. The rematch will have a distribution partner. Will be seen live on Integrated Sports Pay-Per-View. Doug Jacobs, good guy over there, $29.99. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So Jack and McCallion. I thought McCallion won the first fight in Riyadh, but that's why they ordered the rematch. It was a very close fight, and we shall see what happens in the rematch December 13th. Couple of cards that we headlined, but world title showdowns. Top Rank picked up for their fast channels. It's Tubi, Fubo, Vizio, where the Mary Spencer fight against Michaela Mero. Terrific. I mean, very easy to find, very easy to watch. First, November 15th, the WBO Featherweight Championship between Rafael Espinosa and Arnold Kigai from Mexico. That will take place, again, on those channels, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then former Japanese kickboxing star Tenshin Nasukawa, 702 knockouts, goes for his first world championship when he battles Takumi Inoue for the vacant WBC Bantamweight Championship. That will take place Monday, November 24th at 3 a.m. That will emanate live from Tokyo. On January the 3rd, already announced, Amanda Serrano will take on Erica Cruz in a rematch. Now the co-feature set, the WBA Lightweight Championship between Stephanie Hahn, 1103 knockouts, against former world champion from many years gone by. Then she had a successful UFC career. I'm talking about Holly Holm. Again, a great co-feature, 34, 2-3, 9 knockouts. So you got Serrano and Erica Cruz, which was an absolute war the first time they fought. And then Stephanie Hahn against Holly Holm for the World Championship. Well, maybe we see some winners meet. Just saying, 135 pounds. I know that fight with Serrano, I believe, is at featherweight. But, Amanda, she'll find a weight class that's for any type of fight. So that should be a good fight down in Puerto Rico. BBC and Boxer announced that Callum Simpson will defend his European, British, and Commonwealth Super Middleweight Championships when he takes on Troy Williamson Saturday, December 20th. That'll be live on BBC, part of Boxer's deal with the free over-the-air network. Matchroom Boxing will stage a card in Africa, Ghana, so to speak. Well, they'll have Craig Richards, 19-4-1, take on Dan Aziz, 22-2-1. He's from England, but he's, I believe, originally from Ghana as well. So that'd be a good and important light heavyweight fight, because both these guys are trying to get back into the mix at light heavyweight. And the winner will take a big step forward in that fight. Well, that's a show this week. I want to give a great thanks to my guests this week, Sydney Sweeney, Christy Martin. Definitely please go see that movie at some point in the next little bit. It opens Friday night in theaters worldwide in the United States. It's such a good movie. Again, you can email me or drop me a line wherever you see me on social media, and you'll say, Mark, thanks for telling me to go see that movie. It's such a good movie. Sydney Sweeney, she better at least be up for some major awards come next spring, because she did an amazing job playing Christy Martin. And it's such a good film, and it's about a great person as well, as Sydney said in our brief talk. And also Justin Figueroa, Christy Martin as well. We'll talk about next week. We'll talk about all the big fights. Have a couple big announcements. We're going to take our show on the road coming up in about a month, and the next couple of weeks we'll get into it. And putting together a guest list. We're going to have 2-3 shows going as well. Thank you. We'll talk to you next week on the Boxing Hour.